Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is November 1st, 2025, and Barcelona are still considering Harry Kane as a possible replacement for Robert Lewandowski. Also, Marc Guehi could end up in Real Madrid. And finally, Barcelona considering the option of Daniel Munoz for the summer of 2026. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo. We'll begin this video with the news that Barcelona are still considering Harry Kane as a possible replacement for Robert Lewandowski. Now, as you know, Lewy will be leaving in the summer of 2026, so Barcelona have been monitoring the market to see what options are out there. We've talked about several options like eying and Garcia, and now it's been confirmed that Barcelona still consider the Harry Kane option as a replacement for Robert Lewandowski. Now, the 32-year-old, the English international so far, has scored 22 goals and 3 assists in 50 matches this season so far, which highlights, of course, how important he has been for Bayern Munich. And it's reported that Harry Kane does have a release clause worth 65 million euros. So Barcelona are considering him on the list of possible replacements for Lewandowski come this summer. But just keep in mind that Harry Kane is not a priority. He is on the list. It is a possibility because he is, of course, very experienced. He very effective in front of goal, as you're currently seeing how he's doing with Bayern Munich. So he could be someone that could give Barcelona what they need as far as efficacy in front of the goal. He's also someone that can hit the ground running. But of course, 65 million euros for the 32-year-old now, but he will be 33, is a lot of money. So yes, Harry Kane is on the list. Not top target, but it is a possibility in case other targets that Barcelona have do not work out. And of course, my question to you is, what do you think about the option of Harry Kane? First, what do you think about it in general? Do you think he would be a great addition? And two, what do you think about this option once you take into consideration that he would cost 65 million euros? Let me know down below in the comment section. Now, another player that Barcelona are considering as possible replacements is, of course, Dusan Vlahovic, the 25-year-old Serbian center forward who currently plays at Juventus. Now, Dusan Vlahovic's contract will expire with Juventus in the summer of 2026, and he has no plans of renewing, which means, of course, he will be leaving as a free agent. And this, of course, is very attractive for Barcelona since they won't have to pay a transfer fee. But what's the problem? Of course, the problem is that Dusan does have a very high salary, something that Barcelona cannot afford. But now sources out of Italy stating that Dusan would be willing to make some compromises in order to come to Barcelona. Now, Dusan will want a very high salary for any Premier League club that tries to sign him. But in regards to Barcelona, they're saying that those people close to Dusan, they're saying that he would be willing to work with Barca to make his arrival possible. Now, how much would he be willing to work with Barca? We don't know, but that is an option. And as far as Dusan, honestly, this guy gives me a little bit of worries because, yes, when he was at Fiorentina, absolutely amazing, but then at Juventus, really hasn't done much. So he does worry me, but at the same time, of course, it makes you wonder, maybe it's just the state that Juventus is currently in. Maybe that's why he hasn't been able to shine that much. I don't know. I just... There is a little bit of a question mark around Dusan, but of course, I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts. What do you think about Dusan playing in Barcelona? Let me know down below in the comment section. All right, on to the next bit of news because, ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona are currently in negotiations with Eric Garcia, whose contract expires in the summer of 2026 at the end of this season. And as you know, the talks have been ongoing with Eric, where both sides are pretty much on the same page. Barcelona want him to stay. Eric Garcia wants to stay. So this is not going to be a difficult negotiation. Right now, it's just a matter of agreeing to numbers because Barcelona are looking to give him a little bit of an improved contract. And they're saying that Barcelona are looking to give Eric Garcia a contract extension until 2030. Now, of course, this renewal is per Hansi Flick's request because Hansi Flick really counts on Eric Garcia. He appreciates, of course, his versatility where Eric can play as a center back, right back, left back, defensive mid, you name it, he can do it all. So this is someone who has become important for Hansi Flick, even though he was very, very, very close to leaving the club. Now, right now, the talks aren't going, so this is only a matter of time. So it's a matter of when, not if. But that's the new news, is that Barcelona are looking to give him an extension until 2030. Now, speaking of defenders, one defender that Barcelona are currently tracking as a possible signing for the summer to replace Iñigo Martinez, who left to Saudi Arabia, is, of course, Marc Guehi, or I should say Marc Guehi, not Marc, since he's not a Spaniard. But Marc Guehi, the 25-year-old center back who currently plows his trade at Crystal Palace, will also be leaving as a free agent, just like Dusan Vlahovic will be leaving Juventus as a free agent. Marc Guehi will be leaving Crystal Palace as a free agent. Since he has decided not to renew. He was very close to joining Liverpool during the summer transfer market, but then Crystal Palace decided to pull the plug. Big mistake, because Liverpool were going to pay, I think it was something close to 40 mil, and now he will be leaving for free. And of course, given that he will be a free agent, Barcelona are considering Marc Guehi as an option to sign next summer, even though he's not a left-footed center back, and that's what Barcelona are looking for. But since he would be a free agent, this is, of course, something that you cannot ignore as Barcelona, given the financial situation that we're currently in. But now it's been revealed that Real Madrid have entered the race, and Real Madrid are willing to pay him whatever signing bonus he wants. In other words, that's something that Barcelona cannot compete with, because, of course, Barcelona are not in a financial position, to be entering into bidding war. So Real Madrid looks like very interested in Marc Guehi. Of course, I'm sure Liverpool are going to attempt another signing, since they were very, very close to signing him. They had even agreed with Marc Guehi on his signing, but then Crystal Palace pulled the plug. We'll see where Marc Guehi ends up. But of course, as always, I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts. What do you think about Marc Guehi at Barcelona? Yes, no? Let me know down below in the comment section. Now, speaking of defenders, it's being revealed that Barcelona are considering the signing of another Crystal Palace defender during summer of 2026, and it's no other than Daniel Munoz, the 29-year-old Colombian right back, someone who has been linked with Barcelona in the past. And they're saying that Barcelona are now considering signing him, since his market value, they're saying, would be around 25 million euros. So that, of course, makes him an affordable option for Barcelona in the summer of 2026. But given that Barcelona's main priorities are, of course, the center forward and the center back positions, this will be more of a signing if Barcelona, make those two signings. Barcelona sign a center forward and they sign a center back, and they still have money left over and financial fair play left over, then they would go and make the signing of Dani Munoz, because, again, the two priorities, center back and center forward. Now, of course, if Dani Munoz is signed by Barcelona, he would have to compete with Jules Koundé, which, to that, I welcome 100%, because we've all seen Jules Koundé's performance during this season. So maybe that's why Koundé needs someone to put some pressure on him. And, well, Dani Munoz, I think, would be a great option to compete with Koundé. But, again, this is not a priority signing. This is a signing that will happen, or can happen, once Barcelona have ticked off the two main boxes, which is the center forward and the center back position. All right, that is all for this video. I did upload another video a few moments ago, so make sure to check it out. I did not do the mocast today, so I'm going to be doing it tomorrow, which means you still have time to become a channel member and be entered into the Barcelona kit raffle, where the winner will get to take a Barcelona kit of their choosing. All right, that is all. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, be scarce.